What if Earth suddenly grew rings like Saturn? Not faint dust, not thin lines in the sky, but vast, luminous rings stretching tens of thousands of kilometers above our heads. For a few seconds, the world would stop. Traffic lights would blink unnoticed. Conversations would end mid-sentence. Every human being would look up at the same time, because the sky itself would have changed. And once the sky changes, nothing beneath it remains the same. Imagine waking up on an ordinary morning. Your alarm goes off. The city hums as usual. Gravity feels normal. You step outside, and you freeze. Above you, a colossal arc cuts across the sky, bright, sharp, perfectly curved. It stretches from horizon to horizon like a glowing scar across the heavens. Your mind searches for explanations, a strange cloud, a reflection, a trick of the atmosphere. But the hours pass. The arc does not move like clouds. It does not fade with the sun. It does not belong to Earth. Earth now has rings, and the realization spreads faster than any signal ever could. Planetary rings are not solid structures. They are made of countless fragments: ice, rock, dust. Each piece is small, but together they form something immense. Saturn's rings are the remains of destruction, moons torn apart by gravity, worlds shattered and never reassembled. If Earth suddenly gained rings, something catastrophic must have happened. A moon ripped apart by tidal forces, a massive object captured and shredded, a near miss that almost erased us. Humanity survived, but the aftermath now floats above our heads. Earth's rings would not float randomly. They would align with Earth's equator. That single fact would divide the planet. At the equator, the rings would appear as a permanent band, a glowing ceiling that never rises or sets. Farther north and south, the rings would shift with the seasons, sometimes visible, sometimes completely gone. The sky would no longer be universal. Every latitude would experience a different version of Earth. The rings would reflect sunlight. Even at night, they would glow faintly. True darkness would disappear for millions of people. Stars would fade behind the brightness. Constellations would slowly vanish from human memory. For thousands of years, humans navigated by the night sky. Now, the sky itself would feel unfamiliar. Culture would change. Art would shift. Myths would be rewritten. Time would feel different beneath a sky that never truly sleeps. Rings block sunlight. Not completely, but enough to matter. Regions beneath the densest sections of the rings would receive less light every day. Temperatures would drop. Photosynthesis would slow. Agricultural yields would decline. Forests would thin. Ecosystems would struggle to adapt. Meanwhile, regions outside the shadow could receive more direct sunlight than before. The planet would not cool evenly. It would fracture. Earth's climate is a delicate machine. Sunlight drives winds. Winds drive oceans. Oceans regulate temperature. The rings would disrupt that balance. Jet streams would shift their paths. Storm systems would behave unpredictably. Rain would fall where it never did before. Some regions would freeze. Others would flood. Political borders would mean nothing to the atmosphere. Climate refugees would move under the very sky that caused the disaster. Now look beyond the clouds. Earth is surrounded by satellites, thousands of them. They power communication, navigation, weather prediction, global finance. The rings would turn orbit into chaos. Ring particles move at incredible speeds. Collisions would be inevitable. Satellites would shatter, debris would multiply, chain reactions would spread. Low Earth orbit could become unusable. Humanity might trap itself on its own planet, not by war, but by beauty. Earth's moon is more than a companion. It stabilizes Earth's rotation. It controls the tides. It protects long-term climate stability. The rings would interfere with that balance. Gravitational interactions would slowly distort the moon's orbit. Tides would change. Some coastlines would experience extreme tidal forces. Others would lose tides almost entirely. Marine ecosystems would collapse first, and with them, the food chains humans rely on. Rings interact with magnetic fields. Earth's magnetic field would energize ring particles. Auroras could appear far from the poles. The sky might glow red, green, and violet in unfamiliar patterns. Beautiful, but charged particles mean radiation. Power grids would suffer surges. Electronics would fail more often. Satellites would degrade faster. The sky would no longer be passive. It would become active, unpredictable, alive. Rings are not permanent. Gravity always wins. Over decades and centuries, Earth's rings would slowly decay. Particles would spiral downward, not at once, but constantly. Meteor showers would become routine. Fire would streak across the sky every night. Most fragments would burn up in the atmosphere, but some would survive. Impact events would increase. Cities would need warning systems, new architecture, new defenses. The sky would rain fire, not once, but endlessly. Humans evolved under a stable sky. The rings would break that stability. Anxiety would rise, belief systems would change, new religions would form. Children would grow up never knowing a ringless Earth. What feels terrifying to us would feel normal to them. And that may be the most unsettling transformation of all. In reality, Earth is unlikely to maintain rings like Saturn. Our gravity is weaker. Solar radiation would disperse particles. The moon stabilizes our system. But evidence suggests Earth may have had temporary rings in the distant past. For now, it is quiet, and silence is never permanent.